Hi, so today I'm going to be teaching clarinet and how to put it together and how to play your first note. So first we're going to want to open the clarinet case the correct way. So usually some cases have feet, some cases don't. There might be some sort of logo on top or some sort of name to help you realize that that is the top. Some may have zippers, some may have clamps. If you have levers, flip those up. For me, I have buttons, so I'm going to push those to the side and open it up. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to grab our reed and we're going to start loosening our reed. The next thing we want to do is we want to grab this little bell looking shape, right? It looks like a tiny bell. We're going to want to grab that, and then the lower part of our body, which if you notice only has one cork on it, right? It's a long piece with only one piece of cork on it, and that piece of cork is going to go into the bell, so like so. And we're going to want to make sure that this is lined up with the rest of the keys, just so it looks nice and pretty. The next thing we're going to want to do is grab this upper piece, which if you notice has two pieces of cork, one at the top and one at the bottom. You'll know this is the top because of this little logo up here, right? And now we're going to place this onto this other piece. But the only thing we're going to be careful about is this little key right here. It's called the bridge, right? And we don't want to bend it because that can mess up our entire clarinet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press down this key, which if you see is going to lift the bridge. And if you look over here, there's this kind of little clipped key, right? And we're going to want to place that right on top, right? Just so that they fit nice and snugly together, right? And there you have the body of your clarinet. Now we're going to place that down very gently as to not bend the keys. We're going to take out this piece, which is our mouthpiece. And we're also going to take out the next piece, which is our barrel. Now, there's a small side of the barrel and there's a large side of the barrel. We're going to want the small side first. And we're going to want to place our mouthpiece directly on there. Now we're going to want to take our reed, place it on there, and make sure that there is just a bit of black showing on the mouthpiece so that the reed has room to vibrate. Now we're going to want to put our ligature, which are this piece with the two screws. We're going to want to pack it back on. And make sure that you snugly tighten it. Make sure it's not too tight because the reed can break. Reeds are very fragile. They're just tiny pieces of wood. And you also want to make sure that you're not stripping the screws so that you're not damaging it. Now we're going to want to form our embouchure. Our embouchure is the way our mouth goes. So what we're going to do first is we're going to make this kind of face, right? And right? And the reed part is going to go onto our bottom lip. Then our top lip is going to go onto the back of the reed, of the mouthpiece, back of the mouthpiece. And we're going to want to pull together our lips, not too tightly because we don't want to tire out our faces too quickly, but we want to make sure that we have all of the corners of our lips nice and sealed so that we can get a nice vibration on the reed of the clarinet. So, like so. It's going to make a really funny noise, right? So now that you've made a noise, we're going to take this piece of a clarinet and the entire body. We're going to put it together. So for me, I have this little Yamaha signal right here. And I'm going to want to make sure that you can see that. And also this piece. So we're going to want to put these right on top of each other. Right? Right like that. And also make sure that this key, which is our register key, is nice and lined up with our reed, right? We want to make sure that everything's nice and aligned. Make sure that your clarinet is still okay. And now I'm going to teach you where your hands go. So on the back we have this funny looking key, and we have a hole. These are where our thumbs will hit. So our thumb is also going to cover this hole, but make sure that there's also enough room so you can hit that register key in the back. Now, if you see these 3 holes, 1, 2, 3, that's exactly where our index, middle, and ring finger are going to go, right? You're going to want to ignore this key for now, and don't put your finger on this key because it's not going to make any noise. Now, with our right hand, there's this little thumb pad here, which is exactly where your thumb goes, and then it's going to go 1, 2, 3, right in order, and then our pinkies are going to hover over these keys right here, just in case when we need to play them. So now I'm going to teach you a note. If we don't hold any of the notes open, we're going to play a G, right? So let's play a G together, just as an open note, just, right? So now I'm going to teach you C, which is also concert B flat. So we're going to want to have our thumb on the back hole, and 1, 2, and 3, making sure that we're not putting our second finger on this covered hole, making sure that it's on the open hole, and making sure that we have a good seal on our fingers. So like if you push down really hard, you should be able to see a few markings on your fingers showing that your fingers are completely sealing it. And we're not going to push down any keys with our right hand, but we're going to want to keep it stable with the thumb, right? And nice and loose. So thumb, 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to play C. And that's it.